What's up, everybody, and welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. Of course, this is...
a place for nerds.
That's right.
That's what we do.
That's right. It's a place for nerds. That's right. We're not villains here. I mean, we're just nerds. We're nerds and geeks, and we just like fun, cool stuff.
And we want to meet other nerds and geeks just like you.
That's right. My name is Enosh, a.k.a. Enosh Fett, and with me, as always, is the lovely...
Tiff-tastic.
That's right. And before we get into things, first of all, if this is your first time, we just want to say welcome and just let you know that, well, a couple of things. One, I've not always been this skinny, but I'm going to get skinnier. So is she, in fact. And then, of course, also, we've never been this sunburned, but don't worry. It'll go away.
It'll fade.
Hopefully. That's the only reason she's not wearing the...
pudding necklace down here on the table here.
Yeah, it just wasn't going to work right for today. But, hey, welcome here. We're so glad you're here, and we just want to have a conversation with you. We just want to keep the conversation going, so you can either leave a comment down in the comment section as we talk about things, or please go to Twitter and follow @EnoshMusic and keep the conversation going there. I love to talk to people, Tiffany.
Yes, you do.
I love to talk to people and have
More
conversations.
than a woman sometimes.
I love to talk to people and have conversations about nerdy things, and that's what the Poindexter Lounge is all about. It's about being able to get together and talk about nerdy things, all right? So please do that. Also, hey, if you're here for the first time, why don't you hit that subscribe button just so that you become part of this community.
You want to see what we do?
Absolutely. We want you here, all right? And then also, if you're going to do that, hey, might as well hit that notifications bell so that you know when we put out new videos.
When we're doing cool stuff.
That's right, because that's what we do as well. And then, hey, if you could, give us a thumbs up on the video, a like on the video, just so that we know that you're enjoying the content that we're putting out. All right, and that we're not just wasting our time here. Because we'd be having these conversations between the two of us, all right?
Yeah, with or without a camera.
Yes, so, but hey, we like putting a camera up and having a good time. So, Tiffany.
Yes.
Jumping right into the lounge, we got something pretty cool to talk about today.
I hear it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's like Saturday Night Live Miley Cyrus show.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. That's all I'm saying. And if you can't tell already...
Yeah, and this time these are not his toys. These are all my toys, and I have much more, but we didn't want to use them because we didn't have enough space.
Yeah, you know, the table only
I'm
has
a little obsessed with Harley Quinn.
She likes Harley Quinn just a little bit.
Smidge.
And I'm okay with that. So there you go. But, Tiffany, today we're talking about some news that came out this past couple days. And that is, we're not going to get a Harley Quinn solo movie. Not going to get a Harley Quinn solo movie. No, we're getting a Birds of Prey Harley Quinn movie.
And I'm okay with that, too.
I'm okay
as long as she's in it.
Yes. You know, for a long time, ever since Suicide Squad came out, there's a lot of people, Tiffany, who are divided about Suicide Squad. Some like it. Some didn't like it. What category did you fall in?
Kind of fell in the category of liking it because I thought they did a great job. I like what they did with it, but you know, you're going to have people on both sides of the fence. You're going to have people the same way for Star Wars, Superman, so why not Suicide Squad? Might as well divide it up again.
So, yeah, so we liked Suicide Squad personally. I liked the Joker. I liked seeing some of the villains fleshed out. I wish that some of the other villains would have got more fleshed out.
Yes.
You know, I didn't really have a problem with the Joker not being fleshed out so much, if I could say fleshed out one more time.
Did you mention fleshed out?
I fleshed out, yes. But the thing is, I didn't really mind that. I know a lot of people were really upset about that fact that we didn't get to see more about the Joker and like what his...
But I love that he took the Psycho Street kind of walk in that line.
But you know, it wasn't the Joker's movie. The Joker was in that movie, but it wasn't the Joker's story to tell.
It was almost like he was cameoing in between the storyline of Suicide Squad.
Just like
it was not about him.
Just like Batman made a cameo in that movie.
Yep.
And we didn't get Batman's whole story in that movie.
Didn't need it there.
Yeah, you just didn't need it there. And the thing is, I think people wanted that because we hadn't seen this Joker yet in another DC movie. And so everybody assumed that that's where we were going to get this Joker story. You know, that we were going to... Well, and they did, I will say this, they did a pretty good job in the trailers kind of pushing Jared Leto's Joker, that he was going to be more of a part of it. So I will give you that. But other than that, I mean, I just really didn't have a problem with it. But I think most people can agree that no matter how divided on the movie you are, Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
She was the epitome of Harley Quinn.
Set it up.
Yes.
Knocked it out of the park. she did just a tremendous job as Harley Quinn. And so, yeah, so one of the things that everybody's been looking forward to is, even more so than even seeing Jared Leto as the Joker again,
Yeah.
has been, what is she going to show up in next
Yes.
as Harley Quinn, right? Because when we last left her, she had kind of a change of heart,
Yeah.
hadn't she?
But she was also getting broken out, drinking her little tea.
Yeah, and so it was kind of interesting, wasn't it? Because
Yes.
she had a change of heart when it came to the Joker. It seemed like that scene in Suicide Squad where she says, you know, he was gonna marry me.
Yeah. When she's
Or
having.
he married me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It showed you what her
When Enchantress showed them what their true wants were.
Yeah, it showed really what Harley was all about.
Yeah.
That Harley's really not just a villain at heart. She'll kill you.
Yeah.
Trust me, she will. But, you know, but she desires this normalcy even in the craziness that
Of
is
her
her
life.
relationship with the Joker. And so for a long time, people have been wondering, where's she going to pop up? And at some point, I mean, there's been like 5 different movies, Tiffany,
Yep.
that they've mentioned possibly doing. I mean, there's been like just a standalone Harley Quinn movie. They're
Harley and
mentioned
Joker.
Harley and Joker.
Which would be pretty cool, too.
I would love to see that as well. There's been a couple other ideas floated around, and then this idea of a Birds of Prey movie. So we really haven't known what, but now we have confirmation. And I'm going to read you. You can probably find this at different sources, but I like darkhorizons.com. And so I've been going there for years and years to get my movie news. And I really like it there. And so I'm going to read you a little bit of their commentary on it, but then also some actual direct quotes from Margot Robbie about this project. And so here we go. So Australian actress Margot Robbie has revealed that filming on Birds of Prey, the upcoming DC Comics inspired film, which sees the actress reprising her suicide role of Harley Quinn, is gearing up. Speaking with Flickering Myth, she confirms that filming kicks off in January and the R-rated girl gang is able to take some risks as it'll have a much smaller budget than previous DC Comics films. She says her character will have new looks and explains to fandom that the path this film has chosen of a DC villainous ensemble effort is better than a solo Harley Quinn film. Now this is what she has to say. Here are her quotes. She says, "I will say that there are a lot of unexplored DC female characters who are unique and complicated and dark and funny and exciting. And not just for their superpowers. Actually, the ones that excite me most don't have superpowers at all. But they have, you know, pretty great backstories, and all could kind of live in the world with Harley and create this cool dynamic. Because I don't think girl groups, I mean all my girlfriends, we're a huge girl gang, and we're not all the same person. Everyone's very different. I guess I was really trying to put that on screen. The way we exist in everyday life as a big girl gang. Why can't we watch that in films more?" So Warner Brothers has set female director Kathy Yan, who directed Dead Pigs, I didn't see that movie, to direct the project, and is the first female Asian director to helm a superhero film.
Nice.
So Christina Hodson penned the script for the film, which has essentially rendered both David Ayer's Gotham City Sirens, that was the other one that they were talking about, and a
would've been cool,
proposed
too.
Harley and Joker romance tale obsolete. So, lots of information there to process. Yep. Okay, lots of information. First of all, it's going to start filming in January.
Which is exciting. Very, very cool.
I love it. I love it when we get movie news about stuff
Yes.
that it's like it's happening now. Like when 10 Cloverfield Lane
Yes, that
information
was
came out, and it was like, oh, and hey, by the way, in 2 months you're getting a new Cloverfield movie.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you. And I know that there was a lot of people who didn't like Cloverfield Paradox, but when they did kind of the same thing, and they're like,
Yep.
oh, hey, by the way, tonight...
It's on Netflix now.
It's going to be on Netflix tonight. This new Cloverfield movie,
Yes.
you know. So, hey, maybe they'll come out next week and be like, the Harley Quinn movie, it's done and in theaters now. Go see it. I don't know. But yeah, so let's talk about some of the things, Tiffany, and I would like to get your opinion as a female and as a Harley Quinn fan.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, it kicks off in January. We're pretty excited about that.
Which is close to my birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday to me.
Yes. It's an R-rated girl gang movie.
I think that's actually kind of kick butt.
Now, what do you think of that, though? Because Harley Quinn was introduced to us first in a PG-13 movie that was a villain ensemble.
Yes.
So we're getting another villain ensemble, but all females this time, and it's R-rated.
But you don't know who all of the female characters might be or who they might bring in. It could, I mean, you've got Deadpool, who's rated R. If you've got that kind of feel, that kind of vibe going on, then you might want to make it an R-rated movie. Who knows if it's their outfits, if it's the things they talk about, if it's the things they say. You put women together, you don't know what's going to happen.
Girls talk about a lot of R-rated stuff.
Guys, maybe you'll never know.
Guys out there, pay attention.
I do like the idea of hearing, though, that she'll have different outfits, because maybe she'll wear something or one of these.
Oh, see, and I thought that was really cool about...
Maybe she'll finally wear the costume I wore to Comic-Con.
Oh, my God, and we'll put that up there so you can see what Tiffany, or Tiff-tastic, looks like as Harley Quinn. But that was one of the things I did like about Suicide Squad, was that we got this brand new outfit, the Daddy's Little Monster shirt, from Harley Quinn, but it's so Harley now. I mean, and it's like I read an article this week that said, please, people, stop cosplaying as Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Right? It's like one of the top 10 things that they want to stop.
See, I cosplayed as Arkham Knight's Harley. I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I didn't wear this one.
But like everybody was trying to copy this. But I love the fact that they recreated that classic Ross Joker and Harley.
Yes. With her arm around him, looking up at it. Yes.
Oh my
cool.
goodness, that was awesome to see. And then I love the fact that she was going through her
costumes.
Yeah, her costumes and stuff.
That
and pulled out that costume even and looked at it. Nah, I'm gonna go with this one. So it'll be interesting to see what she's wearing.
Yes.
In this movie. Never thought I'd be like, what is she wearing? We should find out what she's wearing.
Harley Quinn 2018.
Girl, we should find out what she's wearing. I'm telling you right now, we should be looking at that.
But in that movie, all you had was Harley Quinn and the Enchantress. You really didn't have. I mean, all the other people were men. And
no.
I know you had Amanda Waller, but she was more her own thing, off to the side, and she's a.
You're forgetting one.
What?
Woman with a certain sword that steals the souls of men.
Well, her too, but she barely spoke English in that movie.
She barely said a word, but she was in that movie. Katana, yes, but she was in that movie too. But so there were like maybe 4 girls.
Yeah, but those kind of women. The only one I could see making an R movie was Amanda Waller, because she's got a mouth on her.
Because Amanda Waller would kick your butt right now. Yeah. So it's an R-rated movie. My feeling on that is, as long as it's done well,
yes,
I don't care.
Just like Deadpool. I mean, if it's done well,
yeah.
I can deal with the rating.
You know, the thing is about Deadpool is, Deadpool was R-rated, and then...
But he was known as the Merc with a mouth.
Yeah, but then it seemed like all of a sudden we started getting all this talk of different R-rated superhero. I mean, Logan, for example. Logan was a good example. Yeah, an R rating for some
for it though.
For some of the gore or whatever, but it was like there was a brief nudity in Logan. With some girls who got in the back of the car, and I just... That's true. It didn't seem like a fit. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, what?
What can we do to make this an R movie?
In Deadpool, when they're in the strip club and everything, that seems like a Deadpool thing. Yeah. But like, and Wolverine didn't... And then, of course, I'm not really sure why that the Batman versus Superman cut was R-rated. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Just because it's so dark and people were all worried about Superman. I don't know. I don't get that. Okay, so R-rated. And she says that they're going to take some more risks as it'll be a much smaller budget.
But you know what? There was things that were smaller budgets, like, Paranormal Activity, things like that, and those blew up because of just the fan base and the people that wanted to see it. So I don't think a budget is necessarily a bad thing, especially if they don't need to do a ton of special effects.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm thinking.
Just have enough to show the superpowers for the villain or villainesses.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking too, because, the first Deadpool movie didn't have some huge budget, but they made it work with what they had. Yeah. And actually, Ryan, I keep wanting to say Ryan Johnson.
I know.
Because Ryan Reynolds... Talk about Ryan Johnson so much online with people these days. So Ryan Reynolds, though, he mentioned that, like, if they make a third Deadpool, more than likely we're not going to get a third Deadpool. We're going to get probably
something with him in
an
it.
X-Force movie is what we're going to get now that they're all together. But but he talked about he would like it to go back to a lower budget because
They did
Deadpool
better.
2 was given more money and they
Yeah.
have this bigger budget, and sometimes I think you get lost in that shuffle. Where I think this, you got some women running around kicking butt, taking names.
Yep.
You keep it at a low budget. I think it makes them work better. I think the people who have to write the movie and produce the movie and direct the movie, it makes them have to work harder.
Well, come on. When women go shopping, we love a super buy. So if you put women together and try to make it in a budget, I think they can make it work, or at least help the producers make it work.
Absolutely. So so those are some of the things. She mentions that not everybody is going to have superpowers.
That's cool too.
And
Batman doesn't have superpowers. He has expensive toys.
Yeah, so I think it'll be interesting to see who they pick to be in that movie. I mean, are we going to get just villains? There's been talk that Batgirl may make an appearance in this movie. Is it just going to be villains? Is it going to be villains and villainesses?
I could swear in Justice League.
Villains and villainesses. What I don't know. Villains and heroes.
I could swear though in Justice League that when Batman was looking at that hologram that it looked like Supergirl. So what if Supergirl sweeps in and tries to, fight against them? Something. I don't know.
The leg looked like Supergirl, but I think that they verified that was Superman. Yeah,
but it wasn't. It looked like skin. It didn't.
It looked kind of different. I know.
Whatever.
I agree. No, I agree. I don't have a problem.
But I would be cool with something with heroes and villains. That would be. I mean, because you got to have someone to fight against.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna have different types of people she mentions because not all her girlfriends are the same. Not all my guy friends are the same. So I think I do like that like you can't try to put the same characters in there. So maybe we get some Catwoman, maybe
some hot girl, get some stuff going on, get all kinds of
and that's the question. Like, what do we look to find out? Maybe get some ideas of what these things will be. Are different DC properties?
Yep.
The different DC animated things. Maybe there's something there, some hints that.
And if they did so well with finding Harley and making her just the epitome of Harley, who else can they get to make the epitome of whatever person that they're trying to portray?
Exactly.
That's going to be cool to see.
So also, this movie will be directed. Will also have a female director.
It worked for Wonder Woman.
It sure did, and the first, not just that, but she won't be the first female to direct a superhero movie because of the other movie, but she'll be the first female Asian director.
Which is another cool, breaking news that it looks like women are moving up in the world, and especially if the movie kicks butt like Wonder Woman did, I think that might start being
I will just say this, a lot of people talk about diversity and all this stuff, and I will just say this for DC. Okay?
Yeah.
I hear a lot of talk from Kevin Feige about we're going to one day do a Black Widow movie, maybe. Oh, but hey, here's Spider-Man, and here's another one, and we're doing this other thing with another guy, and, we'll get around to...
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice,
we've got the second female-centered movie coming out for DC.
Yep.
Right? And we got a third one because we got Wonder Woman 2 coming out as well, right? So DC has 3 so far. And the thing is that this one's being directed by a woman too, and being written by a woman, and executive produced by Margot. Or I don't know if she's the executive producer, but she's She's
the reason that this is getting started.
Yes.
She loved this character so much that she went to someone and said, "What else can we do with her? I love playing this character. I want to bring more of these people from this world into it." It makes me love her even more. And, she's a funny woman, but she's apparently got business savvy ideas because she wants to make this work. Yeah, she's producing
this. So all I'll say, this isn't a slam to Marvel, but it kind of is because Marvel and Disney keep talking about how they're going to one day have, I'm sorry, they've got Captain Marvel coming out. So I'll give them that. But they keep talking this big talk. But
it's talk. We're actually providing stuff by showing Wonder Woman.
So we shall see what the Captain Marvel and I will say this too. The Captain Marvel movie is relying also, though, even though it's a female
lead,
it's relying on known male characters.
Yep.
You're going to have Mr. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Samuel L. Jackson in
Nick
there.
Fury.
Nick Fury, I'm sorry. For some reason, I had David Hasselhoff stuck in my head from that crazy
the sun.
Nick Fury movie.
It's getting into his brain right now.
That Nick Fury movie from years ago, and I was drawing a blank because it was Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But so so it's going to rely on that, and it looks like whatever Avengers 4 is, if Captain Marvel plays a character in that or plays a role in that movie, that's also going to be more centered around everybody or this team.
Just
At
like
least
in
this
the past.
team movie. I mean, the first movie we got was Wonder Woman, and the thing was what I loved, we both loved about Wonder Woman, was that the female lead worked so well with the male lead.
And didn't need to put the male down to make herself look better.
No, but you didn't have to have Steve Trevor in that movie for Wonder Woman to be awesome, and so this movie, it's an ensemble all of women.
Yes.
It's not some men, whatever. So I would say, man, DC is definitely ahead of the curve when it comes to these female-centered movies.
Yes.
And also, I would say doing female-centered movies that we want to see. Yes. Because these are characters that I want to see on screen. I want to see Harley again.
Yes.
I want to see... my mind is just racing. I mean, you could bring in Catwoman. You could bring in Poison Ivy.
Yep.
You could bring in, like you said, if you want to bring in superheroes, you could bring in
Zatanna.
Batgirl.
You could bring in all different
Zatanna.
kinds.
Just the list goes on of characters.
The ideas and
that you could have there. You could even, somehow, depending on where this movie fits into the DCEU, you got Cheetah, who's going to be in Wonder Woman,
which they've already shown pictures of. Kristen Wiig.
Which that's in 1984. Yep. But what if this is set in the future and now you have an older Cheetah, an older Kristen Wiig coming in? The possibilities are endless. So
awesome.
I am super excited about this movie. Tiffany, how excited about this movie are you?
I am very excited because it's not even just a woman thing, a woman leading it, a woman, directing it. It's the fact that I fell in love with Margot Robbie's character. I loved what she brought to the table. I loved how she portrayed her. And the fact that she loved her so much just playing her as a character that she wanted to do, if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to, carry this on and make this work. And so if you've got more like her coming into this role of these women. I mean, you saw what it was like when you had the female Ghostbusters. Not everybody liked that because it wasn't their Ghostbusters. I feel that. But you put an ensemble of at least 4 women or more together, and they're funny, they kick butt. Just to think of these villains and all different kinds, it's exciting, and I want it to happen quicker than it's happening.
Yeah, but we're curious what you think. Are you excited about this gearing up for this movie? And I'll tell you what, it obviously shows that Margot Robbie is getting stuff done because, like I said, it's not just one movie that they've been talking about doing. You had Gotham City Sirens, you had Harley and Joker, you had her showing up in other movies. So now they got a concrete, this is what's happening.
I'd be fine with a plethora of Harleys.
Me too. But hey, what do you guys think? Please let us know down in the comment section what you think of this new movie.
What villains do you think could show up or would be very cool if they showed up?
Absolutely. We want to hear your opinions, and you can leave that in the comment section, and then go over to Twitter and let me know on Twitter. Tweet us there on Twitter at Enosh Music, all right? And hey, we just thank you guys for stopping by.
Yes.
We hope that you enjoyed yourself here at the Poindexter Lounge.
Thanks for nerding out with us.
Yeah, and we hope that you come back and visit us again real soon. Until next time, my name is Enosh, a.k.a. Enosh Fett, and with me as always is the lovely...
Tiff-tastic.
All right, and...
Tiffy Quinn.
Tiffy Quinn? Tiffy Quinn. She's my puddin'. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you. Bye.